Well, a very good evening and welcome to the Estadio El Sadar. I'm Joe Mills for this La Liga clash between Osasuna and Atletico Madrid. You're very welcome on this Tuesday evening under the lights here for we're getting to the business end of the season now, aren't we? Osasuna currently safe, sitting in 11th spot. Atleti, they're in 4th right now with 3 games remaining. The best they can manage is 3rd. But then they would have to win the remaining games and hope that Villarreal will slip up, but they're still comfortably in the European places. They've not had a happy week, of course, going out to Arsenal in the Champions League, and then a poor 1-0 reverse at home to Celta de Vigo coming into this game. The game's coming thick and fast now for all these teams in the La Liga table. Osasuna themselves went down 3-2 away at Levante, which was a poor result as well for them. Both managers make 4 changes ahead of tonight's game. Alessio Lissi brings in the keeper, Aitor Fernandez. His usual keeper, Herrera, was sent off in the last game, so he misses out. Javi Galan, Lucas Toro and Moy Gomez come into the side. Abel Breton, Munoz and Oroz also dropped to the bench. Diego Simeone makes 4 changes. Vargas, Mendoza, Almada and Musso come in. Baena, Jimenez, Oblak and Sorloth drop out. The last time these two sides met was, it was back in October last year, and Atleti won that game by 1-0. They played 45 times on all occasions, with Atleti winning 26 to Osasuna's 14 and the 5 draws between them. So the two teams making their way out now into this raucous atmosphere. The sky just starting to bruise above the stadium. We've got these light nights, of course, but the light's fully on now. Great atmosphere as the teams come out. Our referee is Jose Mancia ahead of this game. So, time for some team news. Alessio Lissi for Osasuna goes with Aitor Fernandez in goal. It's a 4-2-3-1. Valentin Rosier, Enzo Boyoma, Alejandro Catena and Javi Galan is the back 4. The 2 holding are John Moncoyola and Lucas Toro. The 3 in front of them, the captain Ruben Garcia, Moy Gomez and Raul Moro, and Ante Budimir, the Croatian, leads the line. On the bench for Osasuna, Dimitrios Stamakatis, the Greek goalkeeper. Then we have Ike Benito, Juan Cruz, Jorge Herando, Ike Munoz, Raul Garcia, Aymar Oroz, Kike Barja, Abel Bretons, Asier Osambela, Rafa Fernandez and Inigo Agubide. Diego Simeone goes with a 4-4-2. Juan Musso is in goal, a back 4 of Marcos Llorente, Mark Pubil, David Hansco and Matteo Ruggieri. The 4 across the middle, Obed Vargas, Rodrigo Mendoza, the captain Koke and Thiago Almada, and Antoine Griezmann and Ademola Lookman are the 2 men up front. On the bench for Atleti, the keeper Jan Oblak and also Selvi Esquivel. Then we've got Alexander Sorloth, Clement Lenglet, Robin Lenormand, Rayan Balaid, Javier Bonyar, Julio Diaz, Iker Luque, Alexa Puric, Javier Morchillo and Miguel Cubo. So those are the 2 sides. Atleti in their away strip this evening. Osasuna in the red shirts with the navy shorts and navy socks. Atleti in a sort of pastel blue, powder blue kit with the sort of red shoulders and the pastel blue shorts and socks. The 2 teams have swapped halves after the toss, and Atletico will be playing from right to left in this first half. Diego Simeone, as always, all in black inside the technical area. As I say, the game's coming really thick and fast for these sides. This will be Atleti's 3rd game in the space of a week, pretty much, due to their involvement in that Champions League semi-final. So, we are ready under the lights in this magnificent El Sadar Stadium here. And Atletico Madrid sitting in 4th spot. Osasuna, it's been a reasonable season for them, one of consolidation. And it looks as if Atleti are going to have kick-off here, just waiting for the go-ahead from the officials. And we are underway. We do get one of those bizarre kick-offs where Atletico have just launched it down the field and out of play, so as to pin Osasuna back. They have a throw-in over on that far side, just about level with the edge of the penalty area, which Javi Galan will take, and then that's hoisted on the volley up to the halfway line by Lucas Toro. And headed back inside the Osasuna half. Head tennis ensues. The blonde-haired Griezmann wins that header. Now Rodrigo Mendoza. Now to Vargas, the Mexican, and he will send this all the way back to the back line. But that was a bit of an errant ball there from Marc Pubil. Just about picked up in the nick of time. But Osasuna have won the ball here, but unfairly, says the referee Jose Mancia. He deemed that there was a foul there by Moncayola on Obed Vargas. So Atleti take it quickly. Comes out to this near side. Good ball with the outside of his boot by Ruggieri. Good sliding tackle though from Rosier, the Frenchman. He manages to keep hold of the ball as well. Catania. Well, offside flag is up, so it will be a free kick to Osasuna. Very lively start to the contest here. It's a free kick about 10 yards in from the near touchline here, and in fact Aitor Fernandez is going to come out and take this this free kick for Osasuna. All in black, 90 seconds gone. Long punt downfield, headed back and out of play near the halfway line, and it will be a throw-in to Osasuna, taken quickly by Valentin Rosier. And it comes back to the keeper once more. Chipped up towards the edge of the centre circle and then laid off once again for Rosier on this near side. Sends it back to Enzo Boyomo. And then Catania back to the keeper, who clears again downfield up to the halfway line. And Osasuna have got the ball here on halfway. They're looking to break here now. Downfield, good ball out to this left-hand side. It's Raul Moro, cuts infield. Toro. And then Galan, back to Rosier. Now they have it in centre field here with Toro. And once again, working the ball round. 30 yards out. Now they go back towards the edge of the centre circle. Moncayola. Now Rosier. Just nudges it back for Alejandro Catania. Long ball out to this left-hand side, floating ball. It's gathered in near the sideline, and that's good work there for Moro. Gets around his man, gets a cross in from over on that sideline, just too strong before Moncayola gets to it near the back post, and it's gone out for a goal kick. But a very bright start here from Osasuna, working the ball around very tidily indeed. Goal kick to Atleti. Be Jan Musso, the Argentinian keeper, all in bright orange to go with one of those silly, strange, short goal kicks. They work the ball out to that far right-hand side to Vargas. And then it comes back to Musso. Now here is David Hansko, the Slovakian, square across to Pubil. Will bring this ball downfield, and he's been brought down from behind there by a challenge from Moy Gomez, so it will be a free kick, which is taken quickly. Ruggieri back to Hansko, and he will roll it all the way back to Jan Musso, who brings the ball in with his feet on the edge of the area. Hansko once more plays it up towards the halfway line, gathered in by Almada, and then it comes out on this near side for a throw-in, which Ruggieri takes quickly. Back to the keeper. That's not the best ball out to this near side. All a little bit frantic at the moment. Long ball downfield, but it's headed back into the mix there by Lucas Toro. But Atletico win the ball halfway inside their own half and can bring it forward here. Chip over the top here, looking for the run of Lookman. He gets it on this near side, gets across him, but there's absolutely nobody there to get on the end of it. and it goes all the way through to the other side. Javi Galan just rolls it back to the feet of Fernandez, the keeper. Well, that was a risky ball out. They're not out of trouble here still. Now they get the ball up to the halfway line and beyond, and now then they've got him round the back here. Long range shot comes in. Clever idea from Ante Budimir. He saw that the keeper was off his line, tried a long range one, just didn't get enough of a loop on it, and in the end it bounced in front of the keeper rather than going over his head, which was the desired effect. 5.5 minutes gone. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 0. Griezmann dropping deep. Osasuna win the ball back again inside the Atleti half, but that header balloons up in the air and that allows Atleti to win the ball back, but very quickly they lose it again. And then, a foul comes in from Rodrigo Mendoza. There'll be a free kick to Osasuna. Pardon my cold, by the way. Yes, we are in May, but they do crop up. So a free kick to Osasuna, and it's just to the left of the centre circle. Ruben Garcia, the captain, standing over this alongside Moy Gomez. Just over 6 minutes gone. And still debating how they're going to do this. They go short and then it's whipped into the edge of the box, but it's blocked away. But it breaks back here for Osasuna. And then a heavy touch from Galan. He's going to have to chase after that. He gets to it just in time over on that far side. And then the ball rather aimlessly trickles into the area and only finds the feet of Jan Musso. And now Ruggieri with the long ball up towards the centre circle, brought down neatly by Lookman. He'll send it back towards that back line. Now Atletico have it out on that far right hand side. Marcos Llorente. Now here's Antoine Griezmann on that right hand side, gets it towards the byline, but he's just run out of land there, and it goes out for a goal kick. He had two men on him. Galan was constantly on his shoulder, and he forced the ball off the shins of Griezmann and out for an Osasuna goal kick. 7.5 minutes gone. 0-0 here. Quite a few games taking place as well in La Liga this evening, and tomorrow and Thursday. It's one of those weeks where they're having to cram all the games in as we get towards the business end of the season. Of course, the World Cup is looming, so a lot of seasons finishing maybe a week earlier than they might normally do. One result earlier this evening, Celta de Vigo going down 3-2 at home to Levante, who are doing really well actually. They're lifting themselves away from trouble. Bottom three is currently Girona, Alavés and Real Oviedo. There are 6 teams on 39 points currently, and Girona are third bottom. They're on 39 points, but it's all the goal difference, and Levante have had back-to-back wins and they've lifted themselves away from that drop zone, albeit on goal difference. An incredible week for them. Ball now back at the feet here of Aitor Fernandez, and he will clear it downfield. It comes now out to this far left-hand side to the feet of Raul Moro, but he can't control it. That's tidied up by Pubil. Comes back to Musso. It is very much back and forth this at the moment, but not much happening really. It's kind of getting to the edge of each box and then fizzling out. Well, that's a beautiful back heel into the penalty area. Tempted cross there. Takes a big deflection off Hansko and comes out to this near side. It's tidied up by Vargas. And then Ruggieri hammers it downfield. But that was a sublime bit of skill on the edge of the area there from Moy Gomez. Just back-heeling it down that left channel, freeing up the man inside the penalty area. But the cross, actually it was Raul Moro, I beg your pardon, too, with the back heel. Ruben Garcia's cross was the one that was blocked. And it's going to be a free kick to Atletico. I'm not quite sure what that was for. I think the offside flag may have gone up. Just short of 10 minutes gone, 0-0 here. This is Mark Pubil. Now Marcos Llorente. Then Pubil once again feeds it forward. Rodrigo Mendoza now finds Griezmann. Oh, that's a lovely ball through the left channel. Keeper comes out as he tried to chip it over the top. And the shot is blocked. They appeal for a penalty with Griezmann's follow-up shot, which hit an Osasuna defender. But that was a glorious slide rule ball down that right channel from Antoine Griezmann, which opened up that. I'm not quite sure who it was who had the shot. We'll come back to that because Osasuna have come right back down the other end of the field here for a counter-attack of their own. Here is Budimir, but he loses possession there, the Croatian. Mendoza, and a rather sloppy pass there, and that's given the ball away again. Well, the ball, well, they're just looking at the second effort from Griezmann, which hit the, well, maybe it looks like the chest of Javi Galan, who's whipped a good ball in there, but a diving header from Hansko clears it out of the area, but a foul has come in on Koke on the edge of the penalty box. It will be a free kick to Atletico Madrid. Just over 11 minutes gone here at the El Sadar. With his arm down by his side. It was good keeping from Aitor Fernandez. Surely they're not going up for this, are they? Well, they are surrounding the referee of sorts, I think. I'm really not sure if this is going up. I think it might be. I think it is, actually. He had he moved his arms by his side there, Javi Galan. It was definitely that kind of emotion where he tried to tuck his arms in. They are checking this for a potential penalty for Atleti, and the referee is coming to the screen. And more often than not, that is usually bad news. Looking at the screen, everyone else waiting to see whether this is going to be given. Well, his arm does kind of come out there. Yeah, well, the weird thing is he tucked it behind his back and then brought it out again, and that's when the ball hit it. So the intention was there. He tucked his arms in like he had both hands behind his back, like when you're going for a walk. And then just as Griezmann chipped the ball, he brought his arm out and it's hit his arm. I think this will be given. Well, Senor Mancillo, it's over to you. Penalty is awarded. Well, Javi Galan, bizarre that, because he did the right thing initially and then undid all his good work by then snaking out his arm. Absolutely bizarre that was from the Osasuna left back. I don't know what he was thinking there. The other game taking place this evening, I can tell that Real Betis are 2-1 up against Elche. That is deep into that game. So Antoine Griezmann, the Frenchman who won that penalty, has the ball in his hands here. Will he be the man to take it? We know he's not. It's going to be Ademola Lookman. Sometimes teams do that. They like to befuddle teams so that players don't get in the ear of the penalty taker. So Lookman now standing over this, hands on hips. 14 minutes gone. Chance for the Nigerian, born in London, Nigerian international. An opportunity to put Athletic 1-0 up here from the penalty spot. And what's been a bit of a scrappy game so far. So, Lookman standing over this now for Atletico. Short run up, buries it, bottom left corner. Side-footed, beautifully taken by the Nigerian international. And Ademola Lookman has put Atletico Madrid in front here at the El Sadar. It is Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Ademola Lookman from the penalty spot. After Javi Galan, who initially had his arms behind his back, and then as Griezmann sort of tried to chip it round him, he sort of turned his back on the ball and his arm snaked out and it hit his arm. And it was a penalty. So we're back underway. Here's Valentin Rosier, the Frenchman, on this near side. Plays it infield to Moncoyola. Then it comes back to Catena. And then back to Aitor Fernandez. Now Alejandro Catena, just inside his penalty area. Chips the ball downfield. Flick on header. It's brought down by Ruben Garcia. He just couldn't find Raul Moro there. That was good defending from Llorente on the edge of the area, but now Osasuna have it again. Edge of the penalty box on that far left-hand side. Ball whipped into the area, headed away by Hansko, and how it's gone all the way up to the halfway line and gathered in by Galan and will come again. 16 minutes gone. Now Moro, good ball round the back for Moncoyola. He squares it across the 6-yard box, and again Hansko is there to put the ball out near that near post and out for a corner. The first one of the evening and the first one for Osasuna. This is a good response from the home side, having gone behind. So a corner over on that far left hand side. We've got a little break here because I think it's Pubil who's actually gone down. As I said, this is their third game in very quick succession. Only a young lad. I think that's a muscle injury there, and he is going to be coming off already. Substitute on in the technical area, getting his shirt on already. Javi Galan did get the yellow card for that, by the way. Actually, it's Rodrigo Mendoza, the young man that's down, I beg your pardon, just on the edge of the penalty area. And that's a shame for him. He's just come back into the side this evening. He was one of the changes. Doesn't always get a start. And he'll be replaced by the Spanish international Robin Lenormand. Mendoza was operating as part of a midfield four. So I will assume that it will probably be Marcos Llorente, who's pretty much a midfielder anyway, who's playing at right back tonight, that will go upfield into that midfield four, and Lenormand will slot into that back four, and Pubil will probably move out to right back, and Lenormand will come into centre half alongside David Hansko. Hark at me, thinking I know what I'm saying here. I think I'm right there. Anyway, they have a corner to defend before anything else. Ruben Garcia, the captain, standing over this on that far left-hand side. In swinging corner, and it's nudged out again for another corner. Or is it? No, it's going to go out for a throw-in near the corner flag off the boot of the Italian Matteo Ruggieri. So, swaps is here because Osasuna are going to go for the long throw. And it comes, a booming throw to that near post. Flick on header, and it fell for Garcia near the penalty spot, but I think Llorente slipped in front of him, and I think that just spooked Garcia, and he completely fluffed his shot there. And it's gone out this near side for a throw-in for Atleti, and Ruggieri, well, he's made a mess of that. He got the ball back off Vargas towards the dead ball line, and then he tried to hammer it downfield, and he completely skied it, and it's gone in fact over his head and out for a corner on this near side. So this has been a good response from Osasuna. Yeah, Llorente slipping there just in front of Ruben Garcia, and it just did enough to spook the skipper there from 12 yards out. Anyway, in swinging corner comes in from this near side to the back post, headed over the bar. And is it a corner or is it a goal kick? And no, I think it's a corner on the other side. Towering header there, yeah. That was good defending from young Marc Pubil. Third corner for Osasuna in relatively quick succession. Ruben Garcia comes across to this that far side, raises his right arm, out swinging corner again, headed away, not overly convincingly by the Argentinian Thiago Almada. And then the counter-attack founders there as they lose the ball, but that was well kept in over on that far side there by Raul Moro, because the ball was absolutely drilled at him. Toro, now Moncoyola. This is Javi Galan. Ball comes infield to Raul Moro, being chased all over the pitch here. Now Lucas Toro just on the edge of the penalty area, comes out wide to this left-hand side. Right-footed cross comes in, it's a good one too. The keeper just got to the punch before Budimir's head. Then it's fed back in, and Budimir, edge of the 6-yard box, and he's put it wide. It was a drilled, well, I think it was a miss-hit shot really by Valentin Rosier. It went all along the floor, and it went straight to Budimir, who was completely unmarked, 7 yards out, and he side foots it, and he's put it over the bar. What a great chance that was for the Croatian striker to level things up here. Completely unmarked, but I think it was the fact that Rosier's shot was kind of completely fluffed, and it just happened to find Budimir on the edge of the 6-yard box as it sort of went along the floor. Anyway, that was a great chance. Now Athletic have it on this near side. Ruggieri. And now Lookman down this near side, level with the edge of the penalty area, feeds it into Griezmann. He goes down on the edge of the box. Lookman momentarily wins it back. Griezmann has stayed down inside the area, but he's going to get back up now. Referee not interested in the slightest. And now then, here is Budimir, brings that down on his chest. He's got room here, gets it to the edge of the box on this near side, switches it onto his left foot, just dabs it to the side for Moncoyola. Now a bit of space here for Toro. Back to Moncoyola. He tries the cross, which is blocked. And that will go out for a throw-in, which is taken very quickly. Now it's back at the feet of Valentin Rosier. And this has been a really good response from Osasuna. Oh, Ruben Rodriguez just nearly lost the ball there, lucky to get it back, tries to feed it into the edge of the box, and then, well, Griezmann is brought down as he intercepted the ball there and was heading downfield. And it's the Cameroon international Enzo Boyomo, just left a leg dangling there, and Griezmann went tumbling down. Well, 23 minutes gone, halfway through this first half. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Ademola Lookman's penalty on 15 minutes. Oh, what's an awful back pass! Now Budimir! Oh, he's put it over! He has put it over! And that's another glorious chance gone begging. It was the captain, Koke, with an awful back pass. Budimir, wow, one-on-one. Gets it to the edge of the area, tried to chip it over the keeper, and he's chipped it over the bar from just inside the penalty area. Well, Musso sort of came out, tried to spook him and narrow the angle a little bit, but that is two absolutely glorious chances spurned in the space of 4 minutes by Ante Budimir. And Osasuna could and probably should be leading now. But Atleti have got away with that big time. Almada now, as Atleti come forward on that far right-hand side. This is Llorente. Griezmann back to Marcos Llorente. And they're forced all the way back into their own half. Pubil brings it back into the Osasuna half. Just tries to nudge it out to the side there, but the ball is a poor one, goes out of play. Just trying to find, actually it was Lenormand, beg your pardon, trying to find the run there of Thiago Almada. 24.5 minutes gone. Osasuna have it over on that far left-hand side. Ball played infield to Boyomo. Now Catenia, Rosier on this near side. Gets the ball back, but then a heavy touch from the Frenchman. But Ruben Garcia recovers the ball and then sends it all the way back to Aitor Fernandez. This is Boyomo. Across to Catenia. Now Rosier again on this near side. Rolls it back to Catenia. Back to the keeper Fernandez. Just over 25 on the clock. And after a fairly scrappy start to the game, that penalty in a way has kind of settled things down. Osasuna have come roaring back at Athletic, but the game for all that has sort of settled into a pattern now. Before it was a bit end to end, but everything was fizzling out at the edge of both teams' boxes. But now sort of better chances are coming along, but Athletic have won a free kick here on halfway for a foul on Lookman. Didn't look much in it to me. Of course, Barcelona were crowned champions at the weekend and did it in style by seeing off their bitter rivals Real Madrid at the Nou Camp. Osasuna now down to 11th. They did start in 11th today and then went up, would have gone to 10th as they did while it was still 0-0. But back down into 11th spot now. This is Matteo Ruggieri. Rolls it back to Jan Musso. Chips the ball delicately downfield, but not delicately enough. It sails out of play. It will be a throw-in for Osasuna on this near side, taken very quickly by Rosier. He gets the ball back, the Frenchman, just inside the Atleti half. Now Moy Gomez. Now this is Enzo Boyomo. Now Javi Galan. And he squares it back across to Alejandro Catenia. And again, they're happy to play it across the back four, but they're being pressed all the way here. Ooh, and that was nearly a great ball down the right channel there, just snuffed out by Hansko. And now Atleti can break down this left-hand side, tussling away, but Lucas Toro has done excellently there, showing good upper body strength to see off Obed Vargas, the Mexican, down this near side. As he tried to get into the penalty area, that was a rather wild crossfield ball, but Boyomo managed to gather it in on the edge of the box, and then Fernandez fires it downfield, but that's easily tidied up there in midfield by Koke. Comes back to Musso, chips it downfield, but again the Argentinian, the radar's off, goes out of play. Throw in on the halfway line on this near side, taken quickly by Valentin Rosier. Almost 28 minutes gone here. Here's Moy Gomez for Osasuna. Feeds it into the edge of the area. Gets it back from Ruben Garcia. Then tries the cross. Blocked by Ruggieri. Out for a throw-in, which is taken quickly. Now Rosier caught across right towards the back post. Header flicked on. Gathered in by Musso at the back post. And then fired back across the face of goal. And cleared just in the nick of time there by Hansko. But they've lost the ball again here, Athletic. Moy Gomez once more. Good ball infield there. It comes back to Rosier. Good ball. He plays it round the back. Moncoyola's cross. Diving header from the edge of the 6-yard box. And then it's glanced out to this near side. Ruggieri does brilliantly to keep it in. And then it's cleared eventually by Hansko. But again, straight to a red shirt. And that will be a free kick for Osasuna, as Lucas Toro has gone down under that challenge from Ademola Lookman. But this is really good stuff from Osasuna. Since going behind, they've arguably been the better team. There's plenty of last-ditch defending going on by Athletic. They're coming up to the half-hour mark. So free kick, Moncoyola standing over this ball near this near touchline. Referee just having a word with a few players. Again, the traditional jostling going on the edge of the area. So Moncoyola in swinging ball, and it's cleared away by Griezmann from the edge of the penalty area, but Osasuna will have it back again. Galan. Comes infield to Moncoiolo. He took his eye off the ball. It went under his boot. And now Lookman would look to get away. And he's been fouled by the captain, Garcia, who's going into the referee's notebook for that challenge. A professional foul, really, of sorts, because Lookman had got away from him. And Garcia was just saying, nah, I'm not letting you get past me completely. So he just stuck out an arm and caught his back leg as well. Tried to put on an act of incredulity, but the referee not having any of it. 7th foul of the evening from Osasuna. Anyway, Hansko takes a free kick, just sent it back to his keeper. And then he gets the ball back himself. He's Slovakian. Plays it up the line for Ruggieri, but he's being hassled all the way here by Ruben Garcia. And that's a dangerous ball, again, played into their own penalty box by Atleti. They are briefly dispossessed by Moy Gomez, but it's gone out for a throw-in. And Obed Vargas, the Mexican international, hands that ball over. So that Ruggieri can take this throw-in for Atleti. 31 minutes gone. Throw down the line. Lookman with the flicked header infield, but that's tidied up by Lucas Toro. And then Alejandro Catena will roll it back to Aitor Fernandez, who just puts his foot on the ball, edge of the area, and then chips the ball out to this near side. Well kept in on his chest there by Rosier, because that was a poor kick from the keeper. It was far too strong. But Osasuna not afraid to knock the ball around at the back here and sideways and across the pitch, because Atletico are pressing. They're playing a fairly high press. So it's not without its dangers. Long ball right through the middle by the keeper. And that's tidied up by Pubil. And then Musso wasting no time in launching it downfield. But Osasuna, well, they've given away a throw in there. It was the header from Toro out to that near side, but it just evaded Galan before he could get to it. And then here's Pubil, edge of his own area. Sends it across to Musso. And he chips it to Ruggieri. Heads it infield, but straight to a red shirt. Sloppy again from Atleti inside their own half. Here's Moy Gomez. Just nudges it to Ruben Garcia. Tight to the touchline on this near side. Going up against Ruggieri. Comes back in on his left foot. Squares it across the face of the area. Then back out to Rosier. He tries the cross. Blocked by Ruggieri. And a corner for Osasuna on this near side. And they worked that very well there. They played some skillful and intelligent football, Osasuna, this evening. They look a good side. And to be honest, consider themselves a bit unfortunate that they're trailing here, because they have had the better chances. I mean, we won't mention Ante Budimir. Should have had 2 in 5 minutes and fluffed them both. That corner sails across the face of goal. No one got a touch on it. Lucas Toro almost did. And it will be a throw-in for Atleti near the corner flag on that far side. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Throw-in comes in. And it's hacked downfield, but that goes straight to the Osasuna player. And then the foul comes in on Ruben Garcia, so that will be a free kick for Osasuna. Now then, they play it down that far left-hand side. Raul Moro chips the ball into the area, floats over the top of everyone. And it's well kept in by Moy Gomez on this near side. Now, Valentin Rosier comes into centre field. Now, Boyomo. And then out to this far left side again. But that's well won back there by Atletico Madrid. Here's Griezmann. Floats the ball out to this left-hand side, but it's going to only find Valentin Rosier. An Osasuna player is down. They are going to stop the game now. Quite sure what happened there. There's 35 minutes gone. And look at, they were tussling for the ball there. Well, it looks to me like he's pulled up there. Raul Moro. He just sort of carried on running, and then he did that sort of that horrible thing where they start hopping and he's feeling the back of his leg, and that's never a good sign. And it will be a free kick to Osasuna, I think. Oh no, actually, well, no, they had to stop the game, so it came onto this near side. He says, going to have to come off here. And I think he knows that's a bad one because he's covering his face with his shirt. That will probably be his season done and dusted for Raul Moro, because that looks very much to me like a hamstring, the way that he held the back of his leg there. And that's always unfortunate. He makes his way off, gets a warm ovation, and he will be replaced here in short order. Oh, that's always never a nice thing to see. And he hobbles off down the tunnel. Had a good half as well. And he'll be replaced by Kike Barja. And he'll just replace him in that three behind Budimir out on that left-hand side. Osasuna have the ball back again here. They have the ball dropped at their feet. Garcia gets the ball down this near side. Now John Moncoyola wins a throw-in off the foot of Hansko. Now they've got someone with a long throw here. Yes, Moncoyola's going to take it himself. 37 minutes gone. Booming throw comes in again. Headed away by Hansko. Lookman wins the second ball, but then Osasuna briefly win it back, but it comes out to this near side, and Thiago Almada has run into trouble there and has lost the ball. Gomez whips it in. Oh, it's brought. Two players went for the same header. Still a bit of a goalmouth scramble, and then cleared away by Ruggieri. Osasuna player down in the box there. I think two of them went for it and kind of collided with the keeper as well. Well, they're going down like flies here. May have to stop the game again shortly. There's a Osasuna player down on the edge of the 6-yard box. They're going to have to stop it here, surely. Osasuna coming forward. Rosier trying to get in round the back of Ruggieri. He got there first, and now the referee does blow his whistle. We'll have to restart it over on the far side. Budimir it was who was down. He gets up now. Oh, I can tell you, mate, that your colleagues just carried on playing while you were in a crumpled heap there. They weren't bothered. I think there was a little bit of a knee clash between Budimir and Lorente on the edge of the 6-yard box. Yeah, just caught his knee there. Totally accidental. But it was the initial effort from as that cross came in from Kike Barja, who's only just come on. Keeper came out. Barja and Budimir kind of both went for the same ball. Now, there's an issue here. Alessio Lissi is absolutely blowing his top on the sideline here, because he's going absolutely berserk. I'm not quite sure why. They've dropped the ball at the feet of Osasuna. They've got the ball back. So I'm not quite sure what he was so upset about there. Anyway, here's Enzo Boyomo. Comes out to that far left-hand side. And Barja back to Boyomo. And now Lucas Toro has it inside the centre circle. Moy Gomez on this near side. 39 minutes gone. Enzo Boyomo will bring it inside the Atleti half. This is Javi Galan over on that far side. Kike Barja has won a throw-in. Takes it quickly. Here's Boyomo once again. Now Javi Galan. Back to Boyomo. Passing it around nicely again here, and it's patient stuff from Osasuna, largely down that far left-hand side. KK Barja, he wins a throw-in as well. He thought he had. He can't quite believe that. It came off, well, he thought it came off Marcos Llorente. And Atleti have the throw, which they take quickly. Here's Griezmann. But Atleti have really gone off the boil since they took the lead through that penalty. They've barely threatened the Osasuna goal. Here's Lookman now. It's been all Osasuna, really, since then. And Ivantir Budimir had his shooting boots on. It would be 2-1 to Osasuna by now, because he spurned two incredibly good chances, which he should have taken. There's no two ways about it. Koke's back pass especially. 64% possession for Osasuna. But now Atleti come on the break here. Moncayola tussling, but they managed to still keep going downfield. What a run this is. Into the area. Oh, he's fizzed across the face of goal. It was young Mark Pubil. Well, this young centre-half there, that was a lung-busting run downfield. He ghosted in round Javi Galan, got a brilliant shot away across the face of Fernandez, who stuck out a strong arm. Goodness me, that has shaved the post on the way through, that far post. Brilliant save. First corner of the evening for Athletic. And we've played just over 41 minutes. But that's the first real effort they've had on goal since that penalty went in. Here's Griezmann with the corner. It's a poor one, but they're going to get another bite at the cherry here, because it didn't beat the first man, who was Rosier, and he's headed it out for another corner. So Griezmann comes again to the near side. Almost 42 minutes gone. Another chance from a set-piece opportunity here. Ball whipped into the area. Glancing header goes out to the other side of the 18-yard box, where it will find Thiago Almada. Back to Marcos Llorente. And now Koke, edge of the centre circle. Matteo Ruggieri. Now Griezmann on this near side. Whips the ball into the area again. Very unconvincing clearance. And it comes back to Griezmann on this near side. 22 yards out here. Oh, lovely reverse ball down that left-hand side. Another man has gone down in the area. Osasuna are telling him to get up. The referee hasn't reacted to that. But he might react to this, because it looks like there's a foul there from Pubil on this near side. But that's the genius of Antoine Griezmann. He just sees those passes. Edge of the area, and it was just a clever reverse ball. But we have a free kick here now for Osasuna for that foul. 43 minutes gone. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Aitor Fernandez takes the free kick. Long ball downfield, headed away by Koke. Now he's Ruggieri, back to Hansko on the edge of the penalty area. This is Llorente. Long ball down the right channel here, looking for the run of Almada. Javi Galan gets there first and sends it back to Aitor Fernandez. But it's going to be a free kick. The offside flag had gone up. Now Osasuna can come down this far left-hand side. Now on the counter. Big booming cross comes into the back post, but Musso just backpedals and gathers that in on the far side of the 6-yard area. And the cross just had too much on that there from Lucas Toro. Musso has the ball back at his feet here. Floats the ball to Ruggieri, chests it down, and then rather calmly plays it to the edge of the penalty area. But now he has it again. That's neatly played away, but they've ultimately lost possession there. They do get themselves sort of pinned down near their own goal, do Athletic, because they like to play it from the back, and we've seen so many times that can be a recipe. Boyomo, Galan feeds it back in centre field to Alejandro Catena. Now Rosier gets the ball. Oh, that's a brilliant overlapping run from Rosier. He's got in round the back of Almada here. He's in the penalty area, squares it across. Will it fall for Budimir? Oh, it's a tangle of legs. He got some contact on it. Well, what's happened here? The flag has gone up. The Osasuna fans and the players are going bananas. But that was a brilliant move on this near side there, involving Valentin Rosier. Got him round Almada. But as that ball came in, they've deemed that Budimir there has fouled somebody. Attempting to win the ball. It's not been his night, has it? He's missed two absolute sitters. And that opportunity's gone begging as well. 6 minutes of added time. Goodness me. We did have a couple of stoppages, didn't we, for a couple of injuries and so on. So, ball at the feet of Osasuna. They've won it back here, chipped into the area. Keeper comes out, punches it away, takes an Osasuna man with him. Now then, yes, it's a penalty. The penalty has been awarded here for Osasuna. Jan Musso came out, punched the ball away and took an Osasuna player with it. And I don't like to see this again. Everyone's surrounding the referee. Musso has been booked. Koke, who can talk to the referee, is doing, as is Ruben Garcia, the Osasuna captain. But that cross came in. Musso came through. Oh, goodness me, he's caught Budimir there on his follow-through, and he's caught him right in the face. Yeah, that is a penalty for me. Yeah, he's made contact with his face there. It was accidental, don't get me wrong, but he's come right across there and cleaned the clock of Ante Budimir. And, well, are they going for a second opinion here? Yes, they are. Well, not quite sure what the deal is here. If the referee gives a penalty, surely he gives a penalty. I thought, to my mind, you go to VAR if the referee doesn't give a penalty, but maybe he should have done, and he just wants to check it, or he'll be told from in the box, no, I think you've got that wrong, ref. Have a look at this. Anyway, Koke in deep conversation with the official. And we've played, by the way, 2.5 minutes of the added 6, and it's going to be longer than that. Still no closer to finding out what's going on here. All the players milling around in the penalty area. The referee's gone over to the far side of the 18-yard area. Alessio Lissi is primed to blow his top if this isn't given. I can see that already from the young manager. Well, the ref's coming over to the screen. And, well, it's not untypical. Again, we get the sarcastic clapping from Diego Simeone. I'm not a fan of his. I don't like his antics. I didn't like his antics as a player, and I don't like them as a manager. I don't like to see managers react sarcastically like that. He's often out in the technical area waving imaginary cards as well. It's not acceptable. It's unprofessional. Well, like I say, the ref has given a penalty, and now they're asking him to look at it. Which kind of puts the referee in an insidious position here. Because if he then changes his mind, he makes himself look daft. Oh, he's chalked it off. He has chalked it off. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. The fans are in disbelief. The manager just is working hard to contain himself. I mean, it was accidental, but Musso came out. He punched the ball, yes, but he also caught Budimir in the face. That yellow card is now withdrawn. No penalty for Osasuna. Ruben Garcia still arguing with the referee. He's being told to go away. Wow. Well, that's an absolute mockery. The fans are going berserk here. The referee gave a penalty, and then VAR said, no, we think you've got that wrong. Come and have a look at it. He's had a look at it, and he's gone, yeah, I have got that wrong. It's no wonder people get annoyed. You know? Well, I can kind of see why that wasn't given, because it was accidental and he did punch the ball first, but he clearly caught Budimir in the face with his follow-through, which brought him down in the area. But, well, that's for another day now. Atletico have it here with Almada. Now Ademola Lookman, if they go down the other end and score now, there'll be absolute riot here. Well, they almost got the ball into the area, but Boyomo has cleared it away out near the corner flag. We've played 5 minutes of the added 6, but ridiculous this now. I think we're going to have about another 4 or 5 minutes here, because that took an eternity to sort out. Throw in for Athletic near the corner flag over on that far side. Thrown to the edge of the area. Little dink over the top by Koke, but it just trickles through into the hands of Aitor Fernandez. Wouldn't want to be Senor Mancillo coming off this pitch at half-time. Hear the phrase running the gauntlet. Anyway, Fernandez with the long clearance, goal kick downfield. Budimir tussling again on this near side with Hansko, but the Czech gets the ball back via his head to Jan Musso. We have played the 6 minutes now, but this is now added time that it took the VAR penalty into not a penalty decision. Here's Lucas Toro. Now Boyomo, that's a great ball down the left channel. Now Barja, can he get a good cross in here? He can, but it's headed away by Hansko on the edge of the 6-yard box. Osasuna coming again here now. It's been all them since the penalty. It really has. And they just got to keep believing here. Ball whipped in towards the back post, headed away again. This time by Ruggieri. And it's held up by Lookman, but Griezmann can't gather it in. And Osasuna have it again over on that far left-hand side. Now here's Boyomo. I'm not sure what he's doing on the edge of the penalty box. Ball whipped in again towards the back post. Ruben Garcia heads it back across towards the penalty spot. Budimir tries to chase after it, has a shot which is blocked, then nudges it to the side. Ball played out again, whipped in across the 6-yard box, and again it's blocked on the edge of the area. And now, well, last-ditch clearance back to the keeper there, because Lookman was looking to take that away, and that would have been a one-on-one if he managed to get there first. But Osasuna asking all the questions here. Relentless pressure. Kike Barja. And he's fouled over on that far side. So it will be, by Mark Pubil, it will be a free kick to Osasuna. But they're working the ball into the box there, but brilliant last-ditch defending again. Little flick there by, I think it was Catania, it was, and it was brilliantly blocked by Hansko. Free kick, Ruben Garcia over this, over on the far side. We've now played over 8 minutes of added time. About 5 yards in from the touchline, about 30 yards out. And again, the referee having to deal with nonsense inside the penalty area. Atletico Madrid player was on his backside. Now he gets back up. Is this half ever going to finish? Budimir has been booked, by the way. I'm not sure if that was for earlier or for what's just happened then. I'm not sure. I think it must have been earlier, because if he'd been booked then this free kick wouldn't be taking place. So, finally, ball is whipped in towards the back post. It sails past everyone out to this near side, and then another foul comes in, this time by Lorente, but the touch judge hasn't given it. That was a clear shove in the back there on Lucas Toro. A clear shove in the back. And, well, actually, yeah, Budimir was booked at that free kick for shoving over a player. Atleti look to clear it downfield again. Header flicked on by Griezmann to absolutely nobody. It will be gathered in by Boyomo. Atleti, every player inside their own half here, absolute one-way traffic, and it still is. Oh, just try to feed it into the area. Llorente, 2 players gone down, edge of the box, crossed into the 6-yard area. Header goes wide, very wide by Budimir. And it was Ruben Garcia and Marcos Llorente coming together there on the edge of the area. And it is just going to be a goal kick. We have played 10 minutes of added time. Hopefully this will be the last action now with this goal kick. In fact, the referee has blown the whistle. It is half-time here at the El Sadar. Atletico winning by a goal to nil. Ademola Lookman's penalty on 13 minutes, but I'll be honest with you, it has been all Osasuna since then. Ante Budimir could have had a hat-trick tonight, and he's fluffed every single chance that came his way. That's how dominant Osasuna have been, but that is football. Half-time here. We'll be back in 15 minutes. It's Osasuna 0. Somehow, Atletico Madrid 1. See you soon. Well, welcome back to the El Sadar. I'm Joe Mills for this La Liga clash between Osasuna and Atletico Madrid. 1-0 to Atletico at half-time. That penalty from Ademola Lookman, but it's been all Osasuna. Antia Budimir has had so many chances and he's fluffed at least 3 absolute golden chances. And Osasuna have dominated the game. But we're back out under the lights now. Diego Simeone has made a change. Alexander Sorloth is on for Atletico. And he has replaced, I'm just looking to see who it is actually. It might be Antoine Griezmann. Osasuna in the red shirts with the navy shorts and socks. Atleti in their away strip of pastel blue with the red and white trim on the shoulders. And it is Osasuna who get us back underway. Long clearance downfield out to that far side. And then they're momentarily dispossessed in centre field, but it comes back to Rosier. But his clearance ricochets off Lookman and he has to chase back after it. Under a little bit of pressure there. No, Griezmann is still on the field. Just have to double check there, but Sorloth is definitely on for Atleti. Now there's a foul over on the far side, but the ref keeps going. Osasuna carrying on as they finish the first half here. Here's Javi Galán. And it comes out to this near side. Tight to the touchline here. Here's Barger. Gets a great cross into the back post, but it's plucked out of the air by Jan Musso. So again, quick fire start to this second period by Osasuna, who not mathematically safe yet. There are, as I said, there's about 6 teams on 39 points at the moment. A couple of teams on 40, Osasuna on 42. And the bottom 3, the third of that bottom 3 are on 39 points as well. So anyway, Atleti have won the ball here inside the Osasuna half. Ball chipped into the air, but that's a rotten ball in there. Straight into the hands of Aitor Fernandez. So, yeah, well then the clearance for Fernandez has gone sailing out over Barger's head and out for a throw in there. He holds up his hand. So, yeah, 3 games left, including this one. So they're not entirely safe at all yet. There's still a few twists and turns to come. Here is Sorloth now. Plays the ball out now. Lookman in space here, edge of the area, squares it across, play back. Sorloth with the shot, and he's completely scuffed it on the edge of the area, and it's gone well wide of the left-hand post. That was a horrible effort from the big Norwegian, who's normally a real thorn in team sides when he does come on. But that was a good, crisp counter there from Atleti. Just letting know that Osasuna, that they're still out there, despite the home team have dominated the game so far. Goal kick downfield, flicked on, but it's dealt with there by Hansko. Goes back to Musso, but the high press is on there, and the keeper bravely plays it across his 18-yard box. Now Koke. Little flick round the corner by Lookman. Sorloth to Griezmann. Beautiful ball over the top from Griezmann. Sends Lookman, but he's held there on the edge of the area by Rosier. I think the flag's gone up anyway, but then again, another glorious, beautiful ball from Antoine Griezmann. But now Osasuna come back down the other end. Here's Budimir. The other ball inside the box now. Player slips, but they do retrieve the ball. Moncoyola chips it in, headed away again, but straight to a red shirt. Wow, what a start to this second half. This is Galán, edge of the area, ball in towards the back post, headed away by Hansko. And then Lookman will gather it in, and then he's fouled. He got a hand in his face there. Well, he's actually claiming that he had his hair pulled. And he's gesturing to the referee, moves his headband. Let's have a look here. Well, yes, he did actually. A little bit of a handful of hair there from Lucas Toro. Well, he's looking at Lookman still saying that he pulled my hair. Referee saying play on. Well, he's a lucky boy, because that's generally a red card offence these days. Here's Llorente now, and Atletico starting to bare their teeth a little bit here now. And, coming together on this near side between Pubil and Kike Bargia. And Bargia stayed down holding his face. Oh, let's not start drifting down this territory again. Well, just a bit of a coming together, really. It was Thiago Almada who was replaced by Alex Soloth. 49.5 minutes gone. Osasuna 0, Atleti 1. Osasuna have it over on that far right hand side. Ball played back to the feet of Alejandro Catena. Now Javi Galan out to this near side. Kike Bargia cuts it infield. They're passing it around beautifully, Osasuna, and with real good tempo as well. This is Rosier. And you just feel that it's not going to stay at 1-0. I'll be very surprised if it does. Here's Catena. Now Boyomo. Back to Catena. Has the ball on halfway. Back to Enzo Boyomo. Now Moncoyola onto this near side. Bargia back to Boyomo. It did actually finish Real Betis 2, Elche 1. And we've already had Celta 2, Levante 3. Levante back-to-back wins now, trying to haul themselves out of danger, and they're doing a great job. They're one of those many teams on 39 points at the moment. And yeah, well, Oviedo are definitely down. Alaves on 37. And you've got a host of teams on 39. And even 11th place Osasuna, who are on the ball now, are only 3 points above that drop zone. Crazy stuff. Ball played in by Moncoyola, but Budimir couldn't control it near the penalty spot. And it goes through to Musso, who's, again, that's not a great kick downfield, and Lookman has done brilliantly just to keep it in play, but offside flag has gone up. Free kick taken quickly. Here's John Moncoyola. Now Valentin Rosier. Ruben Garcia. Playing it around nicely again. It comes back to the Frenchman, Rosier. Now across to Boyomo. Now here's Javi Galan. Atletico player has gone down. It's Llorente off the ball. He's back up now. Good ball in across the edge of the 6-yard box. Well, they're appealing here for a corner, Lucas Toro. But the referee has said it's a goal kick. And, well, he's gone into the book. Someone's gone into the book there. I think it's Llorente, yeah. I'm not quite sure what that's. Well, yeah, I am now. He's booked him for simulation there. There was a tiny little coming together off the ball between Llorente and Bargia, and he went down there looking for something, and the referee said, no, not having that. Anyway, Osasuna have won the ball back again here. Dangerous position in centre field. It's floated out to this near left-hand side. Kike Bargia. Now Javi Galan. Moy Gomez. Back to Boyomo. Moy Gomez once again. What a great game this is. Osasuna dominating again here. But they trail by a goal to nil. They could have had and should have had 3 from Ante Budimir in that first half. And they know, as well as I've said, they're not safe yet. They need to try and get something here. And there is a foul inside the centre circle on Ruben Garcia. And it will be a free kick to Osasuna. And they take it quickly. They have it over on this right-hand side. Valentin Rosier just dawdled on it a bit long there. Got away with it. Ball whipped in again, straight into the hands of Musso. Quickly off his area, off his 6-yard line, should I say, for that cross from Ruben Garcia. Drops the ball onto the floor and then launches it right down the middle of the field. Sorloth can't get his head on it. And it goes all the way through to Fernandez, who's out of his goal. Now here's Moy Gomez on this near side. Javi Galan. Enzo Boyomo across to Alejandro Catena, just shy of the centre circle. And up to the halfway line. He stops there now. Now here's Rosier. Out to that far right-hand side to Ruben Garcia. Ball comes back in field again. Catenia. Now Boyomo. This is more measured from Osasuna at the moment, just keeping the ball. Now then, can they get a crossing on this near side? Moy Gomez being pursued all the way by Lorente. Gomez goes down. The referee says play on. This is Catenia. Boyomo again, just working it side to side. Galan now, good ball into the area, but it's headed away, but straight to the feet. And you're there now. Budimir, can he get the crossing from the byline? It's blocked. It falls for Lorente, but he's bundled off it by Bargia. Osasuna again trying to get the cut one now. Bargia's gone down, holding his face, saying that he's been caught in the face by Lorente. The referee's not interested. That's the second coming together between those two. And again, I'll say it, these are grown men. Seriously, get a grip. It was a slight touch with his elbow, but come on, toughen up. Now, what a barnstorming run this is from Rosier. Chips the ball through. Oh, it's just too strong for Budimir. Musso off his line, smothers it. And Rosier, well, I think he's pulled something there. He's gone down on one knee, signalling to the dugout there. That was an absolute long-busting run there from the French right-back. He's been excellent tonight. I think he just got his ankle stood on there when he nudged the ball through for Budimir. Yeah, and he felt that once the adrenaline stopped. He's back up on his feet now, mind, but hobbling quite heavily. And it's going to be a double change anyway made now by Alessio Lissi. And I imagine maybe Rosier might be one of those. Yes, he is. He's making his way off. And we're going to see Raul Garcia, the number 9, but not quite yet. The ball thrown by Bargia to the feet of an Atleti player because they stopped play to deal with that injury. Sorloth slips and Osasuna bring it forward again. Here's Bargia on this near side. Oh, and that's a nasty late tackle there. And Bargia's got in the face of Koke here. That's a yellow card. And again, it's lucky. It's all kicking off now on the sideline. That was a really late, nasty challenge there from the Atletico skipper. And Kike Bargia reacted very angrily to that. And he's been booked as well for that reaction. But that's been bubbling up. It has got a little bit spicy in this second half. That was a very late one there from Koke. And again, let me just have another look at this. Yeah, he's really cleaned him out there. That was naughty. And then there was the shove there from Bargia in the chest of Koke. You're not allowed to raise your hands. And it got all heated on the sideline. It is obviously a free kick for Osasuna. Ruben Garcia will be the man to take it on this near side. And I still don't think Osasuna have made their substitutions. Well, here comes Moncoyola. They took it short. Now he chips it in. Oh, that's too strong. Over the top and into the hands of Musso. More frustration. And again, another awful kick from the Argentinian keeper out of his hands. It sails all the way through to his opposite number, Aitor Fernandez. Long throw out to this near side to Javi Galan. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 1. Although how that scoreline is beyond me. Coming up to the hour mark, here's Ruben Garcia. Now Lucas Toro. Galan hugging the touchline on this near side, but the ball played in down the line there for Bargia, and again he's fouled. He needs to calm himself down here, Kike Bargia. Well, someone's been booked again there for something, and it's Mark Pubil. It is getting feisty, and as Osasuna are pressing for this equaliser. They had a handful of shirt there. Osasuna know that if they can get a draw here tonight, or even better, if they can come back and win this, then you know, that will pretty much see them safe for next year. Atleti are only on 40. No, sorry, that's Athletic Club on 44 points. Ball whipped in, header. It's gone over the bar. It was a clear effort there. Nobody had picked him up. Came storming across there. That was Catania. Now comes the double change. Raul Garcia and Abel Bretones are coming on. Ruben Garcia, the captain, is coming off, as is Javi Galan. So Bretones and Garcia on for Ruben Garcia and Javi Galan. Goal kick to Atletico Madrid. We have played exactly 1 hour. Musso with the clearance downfield. Lookman chests it down but can't control it. And it's gone out for a throw-in for Osasuna on that far side. Ball back at the feet of Valentin Rosier. Seems to have run off that knock. There's the ball on halfway. This is Catania, edge of the centre circle. Plays it forward. Gathered in by Toro. Now Moncoyola comes out to that far side. Now then, cuts in field here. Ball is put into the area. Glancing header by Barger, but it goes up in the air rather than at the keeper. And it balloons high up in there. Oh, that was disappointing. It was a good cross in there from Raul Garcia. Anyway, Hansko with the ball downfield. Soloth's header goes straight to a red shirt. It's been very sluggish, the Norwegian, since he's come on this second half. Good ball chipped downfield, just evades Garcia and goes out for a goal kick. But Osasuna are really pressing here, throwing everything at this. They're just not getting that final ball right, that final touch. They've largely dominated this game. And Ante Budimir, as I've said, had two of those three were absolute stonewall should-haves, and he didn't. Especially the back pass. He was one-on-one with the keeper and he chipped it over the bar. Excuse me. Again, are coming together there between Pubil and Kike Bargia. I think they both want each other's shirt. Anyway, throw, and it finds Lookman. Now they can counter here. Ball down this left-hand side. Ruggieri gets the cross in. Well, that was an interesting bit of defending from Boyomo, because he slipped and then headed the ball away while he was on his back. I've never seen that before. And then another player slips on the counter. It's Raul Garcia. That could have been dangerous if he'd taken that in, but he slipped. All of a sudden, players slip sliding all over the place. But it's a throw-in to Atleti over on that far side. Well, again, a bit of nonsense off the ball. And again, you know, there's Diego Simeone waving an imaginary card. Well, there's a surprise. Now then, here's Llorente. Chips the ball downfield. They're really on the back foot here, Atletico. Yet again, as they were for large portions of the first half. Ball back at the feet of Aitor Fernandez. 18,647 rammed into the El Sadar tonight. And that's headed out for a throw-in by David Hansko, who's complaining that he got an elbow for his trouble. It is getting a bit salty out there. 63 minutes gone. Here's Boyomo. And now they can bring it downfield with Abel Bretones. Boyomo once again. Short ball forward. And it comes out to Rosier on that far side. Now Catania. Slowing it down here, Osasuna, just having a breath while keeping hold of the ball. Comes out to Bretones on this near side. Now Barger. His ball in field was deflected, but he will collect it back himself. And then that's a rather poor ball into the penalty area. sails over the top of Garcia and straight into the arms of Musso. That's been the problem for a lot of the evening. That final pass has just not quite been there. But again, trying to play it out from the back, Atleti, and they've given the ball away. I don't know why teams persist with it. You're just asking for trouble. Here's Bretones. Puts the ball into the mix again. It's headed away by Hansko. Only as far as Lucas Toro. Now here's Rosier. 25 yards out. Gets past one man. Takes a tumble. But I think he fell over the ball there. Ref not interested. Now Atleti will look to break downfield here. Sorloth gathers it in. But he's being put under huge pressure by Boyomo. And the big Norwegian loses the football. But I think the referee is going to... No, he's waving advantage here for Atletico. This is Griezmann on this near side. Plays a square ball across to Koke. Now then, a rare foray at this end of the field. Griezmann, edge of the area, but he's bundled off it, loses the ball, and Osasuna now have a chance to maybe hit on the counter here. Here is Raul Garcia. I'm not sure what he's doing on this near side. Nudges it infield to Moncoyola. Now then, this is Bretones on this near side. Chips the ball to the back post. Oh, what a save! Totally unmarked Budimir. Header from 8 yards out. A flying save by Musso with his left arm, and he's plucked it round the post when it was heading for the top corner. It's just not Ante Budimir's night, is it? Completely unmarked there. And what a save that was from Juan Musso. Moncoyola with the corner. What do they have to do? Glancing header. This comes off the back of a Atleti player and it breaks downfield for Griezmann. And now Atletico trying to keep hold of the ball. They've not been good in possession this half, but now they can break through the middle here. Ball comes out to that far left-hand side. This is Ademola Lookman, edge of the penalty area. Nudges it back for Koke. Now they have it again here. Now here's Griezmann. Can he pull the trigger here? No. Feeds it in. Llorente squares it across the 6-yard box. And it's pounced on by Aitor Fernandez and smothers that rare incursion into the Osasuna penalty area. Valentin Rosier. Now they have it over on that far right-hand side. And Osasuna absolutely deserving of an equaliser here on the balance of play. Here's Kike Barja. Puts another cross in, but again, I'm afraid, straight into the hands of Juan Musso. They've got to do better with their delivery if they want to get something out of this game. They are dominating it completely. Here's Koke. Plays it up to Lookman. He almost gets away on the turn. In fact, he does, but he needs some support here. Here's Griezmann. And then Lookman has gone down on the edge of the centre circle, fouled by Boyomo. Because the problem will be Atletico clearly have the better players, and it would just be typical of them to go down the other end at some point and snatch a second, even though they've been completely dominated here. But they have the players out there to come up with a moment of utter brilliance, and Osasuna don't really have that for all their endeavour. Now then, opportunity here, ball whipped into the area, it's headed away by Rosier and it will go out for a throw-in. Taken quickly by Ruggieri, brought down by Koke. Sends it back to Hansko, evades a tackle. Now here's Pubil into centre field. Griezmann once again. Griezmann now starting to get on the ball a little bit more. Now Hansko over on that left-hand side. Griezmann once more. This is a more sustained period of possession now for Atleti. Comes back to Robin Lenormand on the halfway line. Squares it back across to Hansko. And Griezmann dropping deeper all the time to get his feet on the ball and try and maintain some possession here. Hansko, that's a good ball into the area, but that's taken off the feet of Llorente, and it will be a corner for Atletico. First one they've had in an age. 69 minutes gone. Abel Bretones just getting across there before the blonde-haired, ponytailed Marcos Llorente could get on the end of it. So corner for Atletico Madrid. And again, cruel could be that they could snatch one here as well. The height of Pubil and Surloth. So corner, Koke standing over this. Be an outswinger, and it comes towards the back post. It's a glancing header from Lookman. It comes all the way out to Ruggieri on the far side of the penalty area. His cross is blocked by Rosier, but it's briefly won by Lookman, then it floats out again. Ruggieri collects it near the touchline, but he's given the ball away there. But then they've given it back, Osasuna. Ruggieri again. Here's Lookman, edge of the box. Griezmann, dispossessed by Raul Garcia. And now Osasuna will look to get the ball downfield, but that ball is chipped downfield. It's intercepted by Koke. Briefly won back by Boyomo, but Atleti have it again. Ball squared in towards the byline. Llorente chips it to the back post, and Surloth is unmarked and heads it home. And that is the cruelty of this game. They have the players, as I said, to produce little moments of brilliance, even though they've been squarely on the back foot for the majority of this game. They didn't clear their lines there, Osasuna. And Marcos Llorente never gave up on that ball. And he got the cross in just before it went over the dead ball line. And Alex Surloth, they just lost him there. He peeled away. Ball watching there. And it was a simple header from 3 yards out. He couldn't miss. And it was Alejandro Catena. But that did take a deflection, that cross, which ballooned the ball up in the air. But Catena, he was on Surloth, and then he drifted away from him at the last minute, and that is crucial. And the big Norwegian, as he often does when he comes off the bench, has put Atleti 2-0 up, and you just can't see any way back now. And double change coming now again for Osasuna. Aymar Oroth is coming on for Toro. And Osambela coming on for Moy Gomez. But is it going to be too little too late? 72 minutes gone, 13th goal of the season for Alex Surloth. But it is a cruel game, isn't it? But, even though you can be being dominated in a game, if you've got the players out there, and Atleti of course do, despite, you know, being massively on the back foot all the way through this game, they can produce those little moments, and those are the ones which make the difference. Doesn't alter the table. Osasuna still stay where they are. Atleti still stay in 4th place behind Villarreal. Now then, Osasuna down this right-hand side near the touchline. Cross is attempted, but it's blocked and goes out for a throw-in. Moncayola takes it quickly. Here's Rosier. Now Moncayola once more. Nudges it infield. Back to Rosier. Now Alejandro Catena. This is Boyomo on the halfway line. Bit of space to run into here. Into centre field. Chips a nice ball over the top, but it's well defended on the edge of the area. Now here's Bretones. He can't get away from Llorente. He puts the ball out for a throw-in. Now Catena will bring it forward from the halfway line. No press coming in from Atleti. They're just sitting back in their shape. Rosier. Raul Garcia. Ball comes back in field. Oroth. Now Boyomo. Full nudge forward. Gathered in by Oroth. Now then, Rosier floats it out to this right-hand side. Brought down. Cross comes in, but it's not a good one. And that was chested down there by Hansko. He launches it downfield. Surloth is, well, he thought he'd been fouled, but the referee says play on. Osasuna have it. Ball whipped into the area again, but it's a heavy touch from Garcia. But it breaks now to the edge of the area. Shot comes in. He's hit his own man. Breaks to Barja on this near side. Tries across, blocked by Llorente. Corner for Osasuna. Big puff of the cheeks from Marcos Llorente. 74.5 minutes gone. Osasuna 0, Atletico Madrid 2, but that does not tell the story of this game. Quique Barja with the corner. Deep one towards the back post, headed back across the area, and then a sort of half bicycle kick there from Budimir, whose radar has been off all night. And it goes over the bar and out for a goal kick. And 75 minutes gone. Referee's holding his hand to his earpiece. Is he being told something here? And he said no. Wave it off, whatever it was, a little query, all is well. Well, there was a little coming together there, and there was a potential foul there on Alejandro Catena inside the area, but no case to answer. Koke stabs it forward. Sorloth holds it up, then stabs it out to Llorente on this near side. Now Griezmann in centre field. They come forward again. Ball chipped rather heavily and poorly out to that left-hand side. Lookman had no chance of keeping that in. It was absolutely drilled at him by Obed Vargas. Referee still talking into his headset here. And just says carry on. Not sure what that was all about. Anyway, throw in Osasuna. Valentin Rosier throws it down the line. Header flicked on by Garcia. Budimir chests it down. And he gets the ball back. Nudges it down this right-hand channel. And it's headed out of play by Pubil for a throw into Osasuna, which Asier Osambila will take. Takes it short, gets the ball back. And it's worked back upfield to Rosier. Now Catena. They can get a goal back here, Osasuna. We might be in for an exciting finish. God knows they've had chances. Edge of the area, they still have it here, but they've been dispossessed. Now then, Sorloth. Little short ball. Now Hansko plays it around. Now Sorloth's got him behind the back two here. He's through one-on-one with the keeper. Oh, brilliant sliding tackle at the death from Valentin Rosier. He puts it out for a corner. Sorloth's not the quickest, but he had got ahead of him there, and he was just about to pull the trigger. And the Frenchman slid across and took it out of his path and puts it out for a corner. That would have been cruel on Osasuna. But the danger not over yet. Third corner of the evening for Atleti. Over on that far side. And there's certainly no rush to go across and take it. Griezmann is there now. So, corner. Out-swinging corner by the Frenchman. Flicks off the head of Catena. Picked up by Llorente on this near side. And sends it back to Robin Lenormand. Squares it across to Pubil. Now it comes out to this far left-hand side. Griezmann once more. Infield 1-2 with Lookman. Lovely one-touch football here from Atletico. That's a good block from Moncoyola. But intercepted again. Here comes Vargas for Atletico. Gets the ball down the side. Cross is blocked by Rosier, who will then chip it up into the middle of the pitch. And now Osasuna with a chance. Oh, that's a... Well, he could be in trouble here because Llorente has already been booked and he's going off here. Second yellow card. Marcos Llorente is off. There it is. Second bookable offence. And that's his season done. I think, I'm not sure, it might be just the one game ban. But Llorente is off for that foul inside the centre circle there as they were breaking clear. Just left a leg dangling there and took out the legs of Aymar Oroz. It was a clear professional foul. And Marcos Llorente is off for Atletico. 79 minutes gone, but they have that 2-goal cushion. But can Osasuna make that count now? Everybody pushing up. Looks like the goalkeeper's going to take this free kick, which is more or less on the centre, on the centre spot. Well, they've taken it short. Here's Bretones on this near side. Ball worked back infield to Oroz. This is Rosier. In a more central position. That's a good ball through the middle. Catenia. All the defenders are playing up front now. They're throwing everything at this. Ball breaks on this near side for Barger. Edge of the penalty area. Oroz. Now Barger once again. Can't get the cross in. Griezmann watching him. Then he does. Switches it onto his right foot. Glancing header though out. Rosier will gather this. Being pursued by Surloth. Now Osambila. Another cross comes in. Flicked header by Budimir, but he couldn't find the target. And now Griezmann will break downfield for Atletico. Great ball over the top, but too strong for Lookman. Fernandez comes roaring out of his penalty area and hammers it downfield. And Rogeri will head the ball back inside to Hansko. He'll get the ball back as well. Koke now back to Hansko. 9.5 minutes of normal time remaining. 2-0 to Atletico. Long ball downfield, but Surloth doesn't control it, and it goes out for a throw-in. Taken quickly. Rosier will bring it downfield now. Atleti not pressing, they're holding back in their shape. Remember, they're down to 10 men. Ball out to Barger on this left-hand side. Just stops and then rolls it back to Bretones. Bit of space here now for Rosier, who's definitely playing in a more advanced position. Tries a long-range shot from the edge of the box, but just too high and over the bar. 81 on the clock. They have thrown everything at this Osasuna, but you just get the feeling it's just one of those nights where they could play all evening and not find the back of the net. And Atletico have been pretty much dominated in this game, but they just have that quality to hold and then hit with little bits of quality when it's needed. Lookman comes off, Clement Longley comes on. That's a defensive change for an attacker, just to shore things up for this final 8 minutes or so with 10 men. So the Frenchman comes on. It is a goal kick for Atleti. And maybe they might be making another change as well soon. Alexa Puric, the Serbian, was up on his feet there. But a slip on the halfway line now then. Osasuna can break down. Oh, they tried to slip it through to Budimir. Lenormand got the block in. And that stopped another dangerous moment there. But now, well, have they given it away? Yes, they have. Oh, now the refs pulled them back and the crowd are absolutely fuming. Oroz is deemed to have fouled Vargas when he was winning that ball back on the edge of the area. Well, that's a little bit harsh, I have to say. The young manager is going absolutely berserk again on the sideline. And the Mexican is down. Well, someone's getting booked here inside the dugout. Well, Diego Simeone, there's a shock. He takes it. He has a wry smile. He obviously had something to say, which the referee did not take kindly to. Vargas is back up on his feet now. 83 minutes gone. And it is a free kick to Atletico Madrid, which Juan Musso will take just outside his penalty area. He launches it downfield. Surloth with the flick-on header. It goes straight to Bretones. Osasuna have the ball once more. Edge of the centre circle, but they've given the ball away cheaply again. Now Griezmann fires it downfield. Surloth flicks it round the corner, but there's nobody there to take it in. Bretones rolls it back to Aitor Fernandez. And now Rosier, who's dropped into the centre-half position, comes roaring downfield again, the Frenchman. He's been magnificent tonight. Asambila Gets the ball back with a 1-2, tries the cross, it's blocked, and he wins a corner over on that far side, off the boot of Matteo Ruggieri. Moncayola quickly over, because time is running out here. 6 minutes remaining. And now an Atletico player is down in the box, and an Osasuna player, it's Kike Bargi. He's feisty character. He's just tried to pull Robin Lenormand up off the floor with the scruff of his shirt. And again, Lenormand sort of fell over there. There was a coming together. It was complete overacting. And now it's kicking off. Lenormand is now reacting to something. It's all a little bit pathetic, I have to say. Referee is calling somebody over here. Lenormand is going to get booked. Catania might be going into the book as well. Yeah, they both are, the two number 24s. And it will be a corner once all that nonsense is dealt with. Well, they've still got their hands all over each other again. It really is wearisome. Corner to Osasuna. Well, we might get it when they stop messing around inside the penalty box. Whipped in by Moncayola. Glancing header straight at Musso. Oh, and again, frustration. It was Catania with the header, but he headed it straight at the Argentinian keeper. As I said, it's just one of those nights where Osasuna could play till midnight and not find the back of the Atleti net, despite arguably being the better team in this game. The top teams, the elite teams, even when they are on the back foot for a majority of games, it doesn't happen often, but they always find a way, and that's why they are what they are. Here's Kike Bargia on this near side. Slips, but gets the pass in anyway to Boyomo. Now Aymar Oroth into field. Rosier tries a long distance shot. It's blocked there. Koke throwing his body at the ball. 86 minutes gone. Still 2-0 to Atletico. They are 10 men, remember. Rosier whips it in again, and again a diving theatrical header away from the penalty area by Pubil. Whipped in by Bargia towards the back post, headed back towards the 6-yard box, headed back across the face of goal, but no one could get on the end of it again. Goal kick. Although Bargia felt that came off Griezmann, but the referee not convinced. 87 minutes gone now. Final 3 minutes of normal time. It's going to be a frustrating evening for the home team here, who are still not out of danger. Only 3 points above the drop, along with 6 or 7 other teams, so it doesn't sound as bad as that. But they have 2 games remaining. And they could have got something out of this tonight against an Atleti side who are, as you could have seen tonight, are pretty much running on fumes. It's the 3rd game in 8 days. 2 coming into this on the back of successive defeats to Arsenal and Celta de Vigo. But fair play to them. They've withstood a tsunami here tonight, and they've got 2 goals pretty much against the run of play, but that's what good teams do. Here's Rosier. That's a terrible ball out towards the back, but Bargia's done brilliantly to keep it in. Plays it back to the edge of the area. Garcia's pass is blocked, but then it comes out to Moncayola. His cross is blocked by Ruggieri and goes out for another corner. 88 gone. 8th corner of the evening for Osasuna. Outswinger from Moncayola. Glancing header towards the back post, and unfortunately Asier Osambila is just too high for him, and the header goes over the crossbar and out for a goal kick. Well, Jan Musso is now drawing attention to the referee that something's been thrown onto the pitch. Not sure what that is. It's like a white cylindrical thing that's been lobbed at him. Referee just looked at it, threw it off the pitch and said, "Oh, get on with it." Coming up to the final minute of normal time. Musso with the long goal kick downfield. Sails over the head of Surloth. Osambila's header goes back towards Hansko, who rolls it back to Musso, who then will send it back up from where it came. Surloth controls it down, and then it's hacked downfield. Surloth chasing this. Rosier doesn't bring it down, but he's got it away, second time of asking, over to that far side, being pursued by Surloth, but he's managed to keep hold of the ball, the Frenchman. And now it comes back to the feet of Aitor Fernandez. Now Abel Bretones. 30 seconds of normal time remaining. A lot of space here down this left-hand side. Raul Garcia, edge of the penalty area, the side of it, gets to the byline, gets the cross in, flicked shot by Barger, and it's gone over the bar from 7 yards out. What have I been saying? You could play all night. It just will not go in. But they played really well tonight, Osasuna. They really have. They can take some comfort from that and some confidence going into the final 2 games of the season. They're all but safe, but still not mathematically so. 3 minutes added on. And we're into those now. Valentin Rosier will bring the ball up through the middle of the pitch here. Again, another marauding run from the Frenchman. Feeds it towards the edge of the area. Moncoyola nudges it to the dead ball line. Ball comes in, breaks into the... and it's in! Finally they get a goal. Bit of a scramble, and Kike Barja has hammered it into the top left corner. Osasuna have a goal in the first minute of added time. It's Osasuna 1, Atletico Madrid 2. Kike Barja, and they've deserved that. They really have deserved that. But rather frustratingly, will it be too little too late? They've been hammering on the door all evening. Cut back ball there, wasn't dealt with by Lenormand, and it broke back towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and a brilliant swivel and volley from Barja right into the top left corner. That was an incredibly good finish from the number 11. So, are we in for a grandstander here? Atletico, 10 men they have. They still have that 2-1 lead. But Osasuna now, well, they've given away a free kick there. The foul on Surloth. Yellow card as well for Boyomo. And that is not what they need. The ball is at the wrong end of the pitch now. It's going to be a free kick. They can run down the clock here. We're now into the almost into the final minute of added time. And I think that foul there has extinguished any faint hopes of a dramatic late equaliser. 10 yellow cards tonight. Free kick taken quickly by Griezmann, but Osasuna have won it back on the edge of the area. Rosier still running, but they've given the ball away, Osasuna. Griezmann, little 1-2. Now Koke. Now they come forward again here, Atleti, but Rosier blocks the man off, and now Boyomo can come downfield here. We've got 30 seconds remaining. They're deep now into the Atletico half. Here is still Boyomo. Chips the ball into the area. Brought down now then. Is that going to be a penalty? Goalmouth scramble. Referee, well, he's pointed in the opposite direction. He says it's a handball by Osasuna. I think it was Budimir. Wow, late drama here. Let's have a look at this again. Ball came in. Oh, it came off his chest and onto his arm. That is very harsh. And he was also being pulled down from behind there. Well, whichever way you slice that is really harsh. Referee, oh dear me, the crowd going bananas here. And he was being tugged back there. It hit Budimir on the chest and then went onto his arm. That's really harsh. But this could be the last kick of the game here. We're now in overtime of overtime. And it will be a free kick which Juan Musso will take. And that is... No, I thought that was the full-time whistle. We still play. Osasuna still have it here. Long ball downfield again. Flick on header. It breaks for Bretones on this near side, but he loses it to Griezmann. Now Atletico will look to bring it down this near side. Good work from Pubil. He cuts in field, rides one tackle, does brilliantly to hold the ball up, and then he's clattered into from behind there. Just sheer frustration. And that, again, is going to be... That is Rosier, the Frenchman there. That's just silly play. There's no... I mean, it was never going to be anything but a free kick, that. And his zeal to win the ball back. Pure frustration from the Frenchman, but it looks as if the 10-man Atletico team are going to hold on here. Ademola Lookman's penalty on 15 minutes. Another foul now by Osambila. So we still play. We played 6 minutes of the added 3, if that makes sense. And the Surloth goal on 71 minutes. And that is the full-time whistle. Kike Barger's 91st minute goal wasn't enough on the night. Antia Budimir could have had a hat-trick in the first half. It's just been one of those nights for Osasuna. Lots of endeavour, lots of drama. A red card for Atletico. Marcos Llorente sent off for 2 yellow cards. But Atletico have done enough, and they will remain in 4th spot. But they will keep the pressure on Villarreal. 3 points behind them now, but Villarreal have that game in hand tomorrow evening. Osasuna, they will remain in 11th spot. Still not completely safe yet with 2 games to go, but all the teams below them pretty much on the 39 points. They will play tomorrow evening. Well, Mallorca will, Espanyol will, and Girona will. And so, yeah, Elche have played, so yeah, they're not out of it yet, but they were excellent tonight, just very unlucky. Final score here at the El Sadar: Osasuna 1, Atletico Madrid 2. I've been Joe Mills. Buenas noches.